There is no speculation needed. The official Canadian press release for the 2026 Lexus NX is finally here, and yes, there are some big changes. The NX 250 is gone. Lexus is doubling down on hybrids and plug-in hybrid models, including an all-new F-Sport trim for the NX 350h and the NX 450h Plus. Let's go over everything that's new, all trims, pricing, and what's missing this year. Let's get to it. Hey, it's LSFD here today. Welcome back to the channel. So the first major news, the NX 250 is officially discontinued in Canada, and I speculate the United States will be discontinued as well. That means the base gas model is now the NX 350h Premium, which starts at $54,830 MSRP. Comparing to the 2025 NX 250 MSRP is $50,815. So you're talking about a $4,000 difference just to get into the NX. With the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine now gone, the NX lineup focused on three powertrains: the NX 350, which is turbo, the NX 350h hybrid, and the NX 450h Plus plug-in hybrid, all of them with all-wheel drive as standard in Canada. And here's where it gets interesting. Lexus Canada has now added 3 new F-Sport trims for 2026. And in some regions in the world, yes, 350h F-Sport has been available since 2022. But for Canada and United States, they never offered a 350h F-Sport in North America in 2022. And if they did, I probably would have gotten an F-Sport 350h rather than my F-Sport 450h Plus. So there's now the NX 350h, F-Sport 2, and an F-Sport 3, all brand new for hybrid buyers. And then there is the NX 450h Plus F-Sport 2, which is added below the F-Sport 3. So now you can get a little bit more budgeted F-Sport 2 instead of having to pay the full F-Sport 3. So these new trims bring sportier style, adaptive suspension, and tech upgrades to the electrified models, something Canadians have been asking for. But there's also one thing to note. For the gas model 350, they no longer have the F-Sport 1 trim. So in order to get into an F-Sport, you do need to pay for the F-Sport 2 in all 3 different models. So now let's quickly break down the trims that are available. The NX 350 has the Premium starting at $54,830. We have the Luxury, we have the Ultra Luxury, and we have the Executive. So there is no difference in that order. There's the F-Sport 2 and the F-Sport 3. So totally you have 6 trims to pick from in the 350 Turbo. The NX 350h, the hybrid, now has the Premium that starts at $57,675. We'll look at the comparison of pricing later. We'll have Luxury, we have the Ultra Luxury, and the Executive. And now we have 2 new trims, the F-Sport 2 and F-Sport 3. The NX 450h Plus Ultra Premium starts at $59,990. And if you look at that number, that looks very similar to 2025. Then we have the Executive trim, and we now have a brand new F-Sport 2 and an F-Sport 3. So that gives 16 trim levels to choose from, and it's the most diverse NX lineup ever offered in Canada. Alright, from a pricing standpoint, so here is the 2025 MSRP and 2026 MSRP. One important thing to talk about is the pricing you see on their website, the configurer. When you look at the configurer, the calculator that they use on their site, it doesn't match the MSRP because that includes fees, tax like air conditioning tax, freight and delivery, and that's why you see a difference in the number. But we're all comparing apples to apples, so MSRP to MSRP. So 2025 MSRPs, you can see here we have the pricing. So it goes from $50,815 to all the way to $77,265. So when you look at the range now, 2026, $54,830 to $76,725. So you can see that the top F Sport 3 NX 450h Plus, the pricing is actually lower than last year. It's actually a bit cheaper. Interesting, right? So let's compare. So the NX 350, if you look at it, the base model has gone up $360. But everything else, every other trim, you can see that it's gone down $180. So then when you look at the NX 350h, you can see that it's gone up a whopping $1,260. So there's definitely a big change in price for the NX 350h base price. Don't know why. We'll have to look at the packages to see what is included and why is it such a big price difference. And when you look at the rest, luxury and the executive ultra luxury, all is $720 more. We can't compare the F Sports because they do not exist before, so I did not include the price comparison. So now from a MSRP standpoint, the 350h now from $57,600 to $71,383. So definitely more expensive than before. It only tops out under $70,000. When we look at the NX 450h Plus, I'm assuming that they would bet on that there is a rebate coming, so that's why they're keeping it at $59,990. No price change for the Ultra Premium. And then when you look at the Executive and the F Sport 3, it's actually $540 cheaper. Interesting, right? And then now we do have a more affordable F Sport 2, but it's really just like $2,000 something difference. So we'll have to see what the difference between the $2,000 gives you and then look at that pricing. All right, so when you look at it overall, everybody talking about tariffs and the fees, interestingly, it has not gone up a lot. It has gone up on the hybrid. Probably that's because that's the high demand, and probably they'll be selling more 350Hs. So balancing it out, that's probably how they are making the increase. The 350H is going to cost more, but the 350 and the 450H Plus will be a little bit lower in price. Probably there are some new standard features, and that's why they're reducing the price on that, because now it's standard, and that's why the price difference is different. For the 450H Plus, it's much lower, and for all the other NX 350 models, it's a little bit lower. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT Videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. Alright, so when we look at the colors, so I've kept track of 2024 to 2025 and now 2026. You can see before in 2024, premium colors is $500 more. The cadmium orange and the ultrasonic blue was $650. In 2025, that was one change. All premium colors are now $650. Alright, so you can see also Redline is now no longer available. Cadmium orange, gone already since 2024 it ended. And now we have the Infra, which is the new red, and that's a $650 cost. So Eminent White Pearl is also gone. So if you want white, it will become ultra white. The F Sport Ultra White will become the only white. We have Caviar, Atomic Silver, we have Cloudburst Gray, Northern Green Pearl, Grecian Water, and Ultrasonic Blue Mica 2, Copper Crest, Ultra White, and Infra. So we totally have these colors. So there's 9 colors to choose from. So talking about the colors, you can see here now the comparisons of what colors are offered in what trims. So when you look at it, we have the Caviar, the black, Atomic Silver, Cloudburst Gray, is standard and ultra white is all standard and available to any models you want. Nori Green Pearl is available on the NX350 and the NX350H. So when you look at the Nori Green Pearl, for the NX450H Plus, only the executive trim can get that color. So Grecian Water is only available on the F Sport 2 and 3s on all three models. The Ultrasonic Blue Mica 2. That color is so rare at this point, it's only available on the NX350H F Sport 3. Even the NX450H Plus F Sport 3 does not get the Ultrasonic Blue Mica 2 in Canada. So I was recently looking at a post in Facebook in the NX groups, and people are saying that they have the Ultrasonic Blue Mica 2, and I've said this is an extremely rare color, and you can see how rare this is. Only one trim gets the Ultrasonic Blue Mica 2. Coppercrest, on the other end, F Sport 2 and F Sport 3 are available on all three models. And then when you look at the new red Infra, it's only available on the plug-in hybrid. F Sport 2 and F Sport 3 will get these colors. Alright, so now let's compare the NX350 Turbo model, the gas-only model, and compare the features that we see here. So when we look at here, we have the 350, Luxury, Ultra Luxury, Executive, F Sport 2, F Sport 3. So one difference here is you see the power rear door is only available on the lower trims because the higher trims actually get with kick sensor. So you can see that it includes the kick sensor, Ultra Luxury, Executive, and F Sport 3 gets the kick sensor. Wireless charger is not standard, so you can see that only the base model, the premium, doesn't get it. Every other model gets it. Digital key, same thing. You can see that base model of the F Sport and the 350 Premium does not get the digital key, and the rest does get it. Same with the credit card key. Advanced Park is only available on the Executive or the F Sport 3. So when you look at the safety system, so one thing that we talked about in my previous video, that there was a driver monitoring system, it does not look like it's coming to Canada. We do not see this here. So probably North America will not get it. So we can see here, only front cross traffic alert, lane change assist, and risk avoidance emergency steer with active support is not available on the base model. After that, it's available across the board. We look at from a safety standpoint, all the airbags and all that. Blind spot monitoring is not standard on the base, but it's available across the board. Panoramic view monitor is only available Ultra Luxury, Executive, and F Sport 3, and intuitive parking assist with auto braking, luxury, and all the way up, just not available on the premium. So from a Lexus interface standpoint, standard is the 9.8 inch, and that's only the premium gets it. Every other one will get the 14-inch screen. And then 10 speaker premium audio, only Executive and F Sport 3 does get the Mark Levinson. So every other model gets the 10 speaker, the Pioneer speakers. And then when you look at the interface, the trials, so now they only say minimum of 5-year trial for the Safety Connect and Service Connect. Remote and Drive Connect is 3-year trial. So if you have just the premium, you do get the 5-year for the Safety Service Connect. Remote Connect gets you 3 years, but the Drive Connect, which means the map, will require subscription day one. So when we look at the transmissions and all the powertrains, there's no difference here. So definitely the Euro 7 does not impact Canada, so it's not going to get detuned at all. I'm not sure about this double wishbone type. Not sure why the Luxury and the F Sport 2 does not have it. And that looks a little bit weird. But then you do know that the F Sport does have the Sport Tune suspension, adaptive variable suspension, and the front performance dampers. So that's one thing we do know. Heads-up display, only available on the Executive and F Sport trims. The base model gets the single color ambient lighting, and every other model gets the 64 color. We have the rear view mirror. The digital rear view mirror is available on the Ultra Luxury, Executive, and the F Sport 3. So they're saying there's a heated front seats, and it's only available on the Premium, Luxury, and Ultra Luxury, and the F Sport 2, but Executive and F Sport 3 does not get front heated seats, which is probably not right. They do get the front heated seats, but I'm not sure why it's marked as not available. And then we have the 2-bar lumbar support, and again, only executive does get the 4-way adjustable lumbar. We have the rear heated seats available on the top trims, leather seat for the executive, and we have the power rear adjustments, so that's available on the F Sport 3 and the executive, and then F Sport New Lux seats for the F Sports. You can see that New Lux is a standard for the lower trims, only executive does get the leather. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this front heated seats, that these two should also have heated seats as well. The leather wrap steering wheel is available on the standard, on the non-F Sports. We do have the 3-spoke F Sport steering wheel that's different for the F Sports. So for the moonroof, 350 and the 350 Luxury and the F Sport 2 does get the standard moonroof, and the panel roof goes to the Ultra Luxury, Executive, and F Sport 3. And then we look at the F Sport grille, the blackout, and the painted archers. That's the F Sport stuff. The bi-LED headlamps, 350 and Luxury. F Sport 2 gets the bi-LED, and the rest will get the triple beam LED headlamps. And with the triple beam, it comes with the auto level headlamps, the headlamp washers, and the cornering lamps. So you can see that that's the difference. Power folding mirrors everywhere. Interestingly, you see that the executive somehow does not get the power folding mirrors, which I think is wrong. And everything else is the same. So let's talk about the 2026 NX 350h, and if it's very similar to the 350, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but same thing, power rear door, the kick sensors on the higher trims, digital key, credit card key available on all trims except the base and the F Sport 2. Advanced Park is available on the higher trims. Wireless charger is not available on the base, but available across other trims as well. So when you look at it from a safety standpoint, you do see that the hybrid, the risk avoidance emergency steer support with active support is available across the board. The 350 was not standard. The front cross traffic and the lane change assist only not available on the base and available across the board. We look at the safety standpoint, you can see that there are some differences here. The blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert is available on the base, but then because there is rear cross traffic brake, which is available on the other trims. Blind spot monitoring is not available standard. Panoramic view monitor is not. You can see here even the front passenger airbag indicator is not available. It's only available on the F Sport, which is very weird here. Panoramic view monitor, Ultra Luxury, Executive, and F Sport 3. Intuitive parking with auto braking, not available on the base. So there is a little bit more differences in the safety for the 350h. You can see from an infotainment standpoint, 9.8-inch is standard on the base. 10-speaker Pioneer, the Lexus Premium Audio, is available everything except Executive F Sport 3 because they do get the Mark Levinson. Same thing with the subscription stuff. The base model gets the Remote Connect but does not get Drive Connect, and the rest others do get the 3-year Drive Connect. So other than that, it seems mostly the same. I don't know why the Lexus Assistant is not available on the Luxury. Are definitely errors in here. We look from a performance standpoint, 240 horsepower, so no difference here. Did not get detuned, and the numbers ratings are very similar as previous as well. We look at the brake assist. F Sport 2 and F Sport 3 does get brake assist. And definitely, I can tell you there's something wrong here. I'm not sure if the 350h F Sport is turbocharged. So I can definitely say that there's some errors in here. Because even if you look at from a performance standpoint, it's 240 horsepower. This is not using the turbo engine. So definitely ECVT, something is wrong with here, and there is no turbocharged F Sport. All-wheel drive, you can see that on the F Sport is all-wheel drive, and then here with the all-wheel drive E, which I feel like they have copied it from the 350, and this is totally wrong. Probably need to look at the 450h Plus to actually have this right information. It does not have an 8-speed automatic when you have an ECVT, so definitely something is wrong in this comparison here. Same thing with the seats. So bi-LED, if you want the triple beams, auto leveling, and all that, you will need the Ultra Luxury Executive or the F Sport 3. Like, you don't get power folding mirrors on the higher trims, or you get on the lower trims. So definitely something is not right here. So there we have it, 350h. I do advise Lexus to come in and fix this because definitely there's some wrong information here. All right, now the NX 450h Plus. I think the biggest highlight is really the F Sport 2 because that's the new trim. The base model is the one that's the 5990, which is making it so it still qualifies for any rebates that come back. But when you look at this, power rear door, same thing. The kick sensor is because that's why they don't get it on the higher trims. You can see wireless charger is not in the base. Digital key and all that is not on the base. Advanced park is only available on the Executive and F Sport 3. So the difference between F Sport 3 and 2 is the kick sensor and advanced park here. Okay, so that's where you see the two differences here. We can also see the difference here, with active support in the Executive F Sport 2 and F Sport 3. So you can see that the base model does not get front cross traffic alert, lane change assist, and the risk avoidance emergency with active support. They do get the risk avoidance emergency steer, but doesn't get active support. So from a safety standpoint, I do not know why the backup camera is not available on the Executive F Sport 3. So definitely, I don't know, something is wrong here, but panoramic view monitor is available on the Executive and F Sport 3, and the F Sport 2 does not offer that. So that's one difference between the two. And intuitive parking assist with auto braking is not available on the standard and available across the board. With this one, they all do have backup cameras. We look at the infotainment. You can see that F Sport 3, F Sport 2, so no Mark Levinson for the F Sport NX 450h Plus, only available on the Executive as normal. There's no Series XM on the base. Okay, so there's not that big of a difference comparing them all. We can see this still has a 304 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, so no detuned 450h Plus in Canada. We look at what else is here. So the F Sport 2 and 3 do have the adaptive variable suspension and front rear performance dampers. The Executive does get rear stabilization bar, and then the base does not offer that. We continue to go down. The heads-up display not available on the F Sport 2, so that's one other difference between the 2 and the 3, and not on the base. So only Executive and F Sport 3 do get the heads-up display. When we look at the ambient colors, 64 colors other than the base. We look at the digital rearview mirror. Executive F Sport 3 gets it, so that's another difference between the two here. Leather seats on the 450h base and the Executive, and then the F Sports get the New Lux, the F Sport New Lux seats. And the 450h Plus does not offer the power rear seats. We look at the steering wheel. There's not that big of a difference between it. As for knob, not that big a difference. So we can look at the moonroof. So F Sport 2 gets the moonroof, and the F Sport 3 gets the panel roof. So that's another difference between the 2 and the 3. So the F Sport 2 gets the bi-LED, and the F Sport 3 gets the triple beam. All right, so that's all there is. So when you look at the difference between the $3,500, you do get the kick sensor, advanced park, panel roof, panoramic view monitor, heads-up display, and the triple beam headlamps. Triple beam headlamps are actually a lot more expensive than the bi-LEDs, so I do think that that price difference is valid. So I do question a little bit about how accurate this is, because the F Sport 2, you see here it says the advanced touch steering wheel is available. It is standard, but it doesn't have a heads-up display. And usually these two happen at the same time. So I don't know if this should be available, or that the steering wheel doesn't have the advanced touch steering wheel. It has the normal 3-spoke F Sport steering wheel with just the normal buttons. So I'm not too sure about this piece. The NX 250 is gone, and while I'm personally not disappointed, I know some buyers will be, especially those who prefer a pure naturally aspirated gas engine and aren't fully on board with turbocharging or electrification. The NX 350 base price has gone up only slightly, while upper trims have actually dropped in price. The NX 350h Hybrid sees the biggest increase, over $1,000 on the base price and $720 on the other trims, while the NX 450h Plus plug-in hybrids hold steadily, and some higher trims even seeing a small price drop. I believe Lexus Canada has priced the 2026 NX strategically, balancing demand while factoring in potential tariff impacts. The increase aren't anywhere near the 10%, which tells me Lexus is also absorbing part of the cost pressures. Japan-built NX models avoid tariff entirely, but Canadian-assembled models may see minor cost impacts depending on which parts come from the US and which parts are built in Canada or Mexico. And that's something that we just don't have a full picture on. I'll be keeping an eye out for the US 2026 model year announcement and will bring that to you as it gets released. For those expecting a full mid-cycle refresh this year, it's not happening. So our next major update might just be an early 2027 model year released sometime next year. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.